Hi everyone, my name's Scott. Welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything, and welcome to the road to Glasgow Airport at 1:30 in the morning. That's something you don't see on YouTube every day, is it? I only live a 20-minute walk from the airport, that's why I'm walking. What am I up to? Well, this is to do with the video which I released last week. The one which featured the high-speed Pendolino train between Lisbon and Faro. That train journey took 3 hours. The actual journey from Glasgow to Portugal back to Glasgow took 39 hours. Yes, 39 hours of travelling just to feature a 3-hour train journey. I must be crazy. Someone earlier in the year said, how come you never feature how you get to these points? And to be honest with you, if I'm featuring a train journey, you don't want to be seeing a Ryanair flight or whatever beforehand, do you? But this one's a little bit different. Because the fact it's taking 39 hours to do a 3-hour journey deserves an explanation. This has been on my bucket list for so long, this train journey, and I've got a very narrow window of opportunity, so that's why I'm doing it when I can. But even for me, this is crazy. This is a Premier League stupid film, a stupid journey. The plan of action is to catch the 2 AM bus from Glasgow to Buchanan bus station, the 3 AM bus, or coach I should say, from Buchanan bus station to Edinburgh, and the 6:05 AM service Easyjet from Edinburgh to Glasgow. That's the plan of action. No, I don't sleep when I'm on the move, but I'm going to close my eyes on the coach between Glasgow and Edinburgh, and on the flight at least I might be able to recharge the batteries a little bit. I have been up since 10 AM this morning. Like I said, it's 1:30 AM. This is going to be a really tough journey. In fact, this is probably the toughest one I've ever tried to do. But at least you guys are coming along with me as well. So cue the music, we'll do a very quick travel montage, and I'll see you when we arrive at Edinburgh Airport, and I'll tell you what my plan of action is. I'm just thinking, here I am talking about a video that was released 1 week ago, and yet I'm heading to the airport to film that video. Wow, I'm confused. Now I understand how Marty McFly felt. Okay, Edinburgh Airport. Normally I would go through security, get a coffee, get myself up to cruising altitude, but this time I want to stay on the tarmac because on that 3-hour flight to Lisbon, I'm going to keep my eyes closed. I'm not going to sleep, but at least I'll try and recharge the batteries a bit. Wish me luck. guys, welcome to Lisbon. I had my eyes closed for 3 hours. I might have recharged the batteries about 10-15%. I'm feeling okay at the moment, but I will be needing coffee shortly. This is a brand new airport for me, Lisbon. A little bit chaotic, but we got there. We arrived about 15 minutes ahead of schedule and then promptly waited 15 minutes for the buses to turn up to take us to the terminal building. I now have to find the metro and get to a station called Rossio, because there's a couple of things I'd like to see. So there was a train waiting, so I just jumped on board and it promptly went nowhere for 30 minutes. I don't understand or read Portuguese, but I got enough of the keywords on the display to indicate that due to a technical problem, we're going nowhere fast. I've also discovered that this station which I'm getting off is called Restauradoras, although on my map here it's also got Rossio. Who knows what that means? Right, let's go walking. Well, this is a nice square, isn't it? I was trying to work out what direction I went. That way, that way, that way, that way, and there's my answer. I was last here in 2019, and these funiculars were absolutely covered in graffiti. I'm glad to see they've been given a bit of a lick of paint. Yeah, last time I was here, I was just changing trains in Lisbon. I was doing my end-to-end journey from Portugal to Vietnam by train, and I was changing from an intercity train onto the sleeper to the French border. And I loved Lisbon, and I thought next time I'm here I must spend some decent time here. I'm actually here for about 7 hours, so that hasn't quite gone according to plan. Right, I'm just going to walk up the hill here and see if I can see the descending car. Around about here. I was here actually in 2019 at this same spot. As far as I can see on the map, there's a second funicular which I didn't actually see the last time. So let's go exploring. I'm forever the optimist. Oh, it'll be nice and sunny in Portugal. It's actually coming down in bucket loads. What's going on with the weather? Boy, oh boy. Hang on, I'm going to have to find some shelter, I think. I'm sure it's just a passing shower. Hey, I could do with some coffee. I just realised how tired I was. These tiles or stones that they use on the pavements here are absolutely treacherous when they're wet. I've nearly gone flying a couple of times. Right, do I know where I'm going yet? No. Right, I found the landmark and we're heading in that direction. More treacherous steps now. And I think this is the second one. Aha! Well, this one is definitely less touristy than the other. Real Sociedad are playing a home game. That explains all the blue and white striped shirts. And every single coffee shop I've seen is absolutely packed. But here comes a funicular.
Ah ouais, c'est rapide, c'est pour monter et descendre.
On descendra tout à l'heure.
On redescend.
Okie dokie, a double espresso and a sticky bun thing, and that was €2.70. That's an absolute bargain. And I've also discovered that Benfica's playing at home against Real Sociedad. Right, I'm trying. Oh, here's an old tram, look. Distractions, distractions. Right, I'm trying to find my way now to the really old part of Lisbon, because the clock is ticking. I have a train to catch later on. Just when I thought I was being clever and retracing my steps, I've now discovered actually I wasn't retracing my steps, and now I'm actually lost. But you can't really get lost in Lisbon. Okay. It's a shame about the rain. There was a 50% chance of a shower. This is kind of more than a shower. Oh well. I'm actually heading for an area called Alfama, which is the oldest and most traditional neighbourhood in Lisbon. And it's in that direction, but I'm going to wait for the rain to stop. I just did a quick calculation, and there's over 100 people queuing up to ride that elevator. I always seem to find steps. I'm not actually sure where I'm going. I'm just continually going up, and eventually I must run out of hill, and then I can go down again. This is definitely the old part of town. I think we'll give the castle a miss. I'm just continually heading east because I know I will come across something shortly which I will recognise. It was an important point in my end-to-end journey when I travelled in 2019 from Portugal to Vietnam. Down here somewhere. Okay, well that explains why Lisbon is absolutely jumping with tourists. not one but two huge cruise ships. Look at this tram. These are brilliant. This is turning into a slight nightmare because what I'm looking for is in that direction. I just can't get to it because a few roads have been closed. Must be a way of getting to it, surely. Well, that didn't go according to plan, did it? It's Santa Apolonia railway station I'm trying to get to. It's one of three main railway stations in the city, and this one seems to be a bit of a challenge to get to it. Let's go down here. Now this is starting to look promising. Whew, and we made it. Santa Apolonia station, and it's had a paint job since I was last here. There's also more good news. There's a metro station as well, so I don't have to worry about trying to get my way out of this place on foot. I can cheat and catch the metro. Let's go inside. Ah yes, this is where I changed trains all those years ago. I'd caught an intercity train from Faro to Lisbon, and I caught the overnight sleeper, which no longer runs, from Lisbon to Honda on the Spanish-French border. Ah, they were the days. It was only 4 years ago, but so much has changed. This is the little supermarket where I got in trouble 4 years ago. I was trying to film a pile of dried fish, and a security guard shouted at me. I'm now about to head up to Oriente station, which is absolutely magnificent, but that's where I'm going to start filming the video which was available last week, if you get my drift. That's where it starts from. Let's go. I like the cork effect on these seats, but they're absolutely rock hard. The tiredness is starting to kick in a little bit now. That is 28 hours since I got up from my bed. But we can do this. Once we get to Oriente, I'll get a coffee. This is Oriente station, and it's one impressive station as well, and I think we should have a little look around in a few moments, but first I have to find the exit, because I have to go out now and film the introduction to the Pendolino high-speed video from Lisbon to Faro, which hopefully you saw last week. Does that make sense? Yeah, let's find the exit. Well, I am outdoors and I am under shelter, but there's so many holes in this roof here, I'm getting absolutely drenched. But here we go anyway, this is how the magic happens. Hi everyone, my name's Scott. Welcome to Planes, Trains, Everything, and welcome to Lisbon. In particular, Oriente Station. Today I'm going to... It was an interesting one. It wasn't quite up to expectations, but it was enjoyable all the same. And I'll see you next time. Right guys, I usually count to 6 and then I cut off the footage. I like to have that little bit of extra sound at the end of a video just so I can taper it off at the end. I don't know if you've ever noticed. I don't know if you ever watch my videos to the very, very end. So here we are at Faro. I'm going to get out of the station and start walking, and I'll tell you what my cunning plan was and why it's now been ruined. I can tell you one thing, it's a lot wetter than I thought it was going to be. I kept checking the weather report because in Lisbon, as you can see, it was torrential rain, and here it was supposed to be dry. I don't think so. So plan A was just to jump on a bus and go to Faro Airport. Plan B was to go to a level crossing about half a kilometre up the road there and photograph a train passing the level crossing, all the bells going and all the lights flashing, and I thought that would look very nice at night. Which one am I doing? None of the above, because the train arrived half an hour late and I've just missed the airport bus, so I'm going to be walking to the airport, but that isn't a problem, and I'll explain to you why. I mentioned I had a very tight window of opportunity to do this journey, and when I saw a really cheap airfare on Easyjet from Edinburgh to Lisbon for about, I think it was about 18 or 19 pounds, I thought, we might be onto something here. Then I saw the cost of the one-way train fare from Lisbon to Faro, first class, 19 euros. I thought, we're onto something, definitely onto something. Then I looked at accommodation for tonight here in Faro. Availability is pretty slim. This was actually booked about 10 days ago. Availability is a problem, and what I could find available was nuts. I mean, I'm forgetting about hostels and things, but just a simple hotel somewhere, 150 quid a night, crazy money, and I'm only going to be there for about 7 hours. So I thought, right, I'll just rough it at the airport. Then there was the challenge of getting home. Now, I knew I was going to be really knackered tomorrow, and the last thing I wanted to do was to return to Edinburgh, because I live in Paisley, and to go from Edinburgh to Glasgow, then Glasgow to Paisley, it's the best part of 2 hours, and when you're tired it just seems to take an eternity. So I either got back to Glasgow or not at all, and the direct fares were again crazy money. Do they not know it's October? And then I found through Skyscanner a connection via Stansted, and that's where we're going tomorrow, and that was actually all right. I think it was about £26 total. We've got a bit of a layover in Stansted, but I've got a cunning plan. So we're walking up a hill here, that's why I'm huffing and puffing as well. Right, so I'm walking back to the airport. I've got the best part of 9 hours, 10 hours there. Not looking forward to it, but before you know it, it'll be over, and I'll be going through security. I'll see you when we get to the airport, if we get to the airport. Woof, woof, woof. What happens when I rely on Google Maps too much? I get let down. Yeah, I ended up in Montenegro, which I know is just near the airport anyway, but I didn't actually want to be there. But anyway, I think I found the right road now, and I'm heading straight to the airport. I can hear the aircraft in the distance. Whew. And of course I'm pretty soaked to the skin as well. You might be wondering, why didn't I just jump in a taxi? Well, that would have been an idea, but I thought it's only about 4 or 5 kilometres to the airport. A bit of fresh air would wake me up. Wow, has this been fresh air? But I think the airport's just over this little hill here. Oh man. Of course, the most direct way was in a straight line, nasty big fence in the way. I had to walk another 3 kilometres around this perimeter road just to get here. You know, if I hadn't done this behind the scenes video, you would be totally unaware of all this. You would know about the Pendolino video, you would have said, that's a really good job, well polished video, well done. Now you know how much of a plonker I am. I don't like walking around in the rain. I'm not some sort of commando SAS guy, you know, who likes this kind of stuff. I like my sleep just as much as everyone. Yeah, so anyway, we're here. This is a family channel, so thank goodness I've made it. Wow, that was a challenge. So I can't believe the weather report. Overcast but dry. It's torrential and I'm soaked to the skin. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to find base camp. I'm going to get some Wi-Fi reception. That was a problem out there because I could not get Wi-Fi reception with AA. Don't know why. And I'll see you when we're indoors, where it's warm and dry. Oh. Yes! Oh my goodness. My goodness, that was fun. Not. Right, where am I going to sit for the next 9 hours? There, I knew Costa Coffee would come in handy for something. I am absolutely ringing. At least I've got plenty of time to drive off for my first flight to Stansted tomorrow morning, which is on the board. Right, let's see if I can pick up a reception and check in for my flights tomorrow. Happy 4 AM everybody. That was pretty rough in there, but it could have been a lot rougher. Thanks to Costa Coffee's slightly padded seats, I was able to survive for 5 hours. One thing I can tell you is, last night I told you I was going via Stansted. I'm actually going via Dublin. I told you I was tired. No, I've got a trip coming up and I'm going via Stansted, but this one's via Dublin, which is actually a good thing because I need to stock up on some duty free. So 4 AM, none of the coffee shops have opened yet. I'm not going to go airside yet because it's still a bit early. My flight's at 8:30. I might just wander around the airport for a little while, but as soon as I see a coffee shop open, maybe even Costa Coffee if I'm desperate enough, I'll grab something to get me up to cruising altitude. See you indoors. Right, that's me through security and airside now. Coffee. I need coffee. Through passport control, through duty free, and we're nearly at the coffee. So when in Portugal, the Scotsman goes into an Irish pub for a full English breakfast. Makes total sense to me. Right, the plan of action at Dublin, not Stansted, at Dublin is to try and use the transfer gate. I just want to see if it actually works because I've never actually used it before. And then depending on how I'm feeling, I might use one of my free priority pass access passes to go into a lounge. Just depends on how tired I am. But at the moment, with a full English in my stomach, I'm fine. I'll see you on board our first flight, and that's to Dublin. Let's try and find the transfer door. Well, I managed to get through the transfer gate without any problems. Not quite sure what the point is because you still have to go through baggage x-ray a second time. All it does do is you just don't have to go landside quickly and then go airside again. Maybe you save about 5 minutes. Yeah, on the plane I was thinking what I might do is not go to the lounge because I was worried that I might find a nice comfy corner and actually fall asleep because I'm so tired. But then I remembered Dublin airside at Terminal 1, they don't have a good choice of places to eat and drink, and the value for money is kind of questionable. So I might go to the lounge after all. But I can't go there for another hour because you can only go there about 3 hours prior to departure. So I'm just going to hang around for a little while.
that smoking is not permitted anywhere on board. Your hand baggage must be securely stowed.
Well guys, that's the first time I've filmed a behind the scenes video, and I picked a good one, didn't I? Wow! Do not try that at home, guys. Don't try that one at home. I crawled out of my bed about 56 hours ago. I don't know how I've done this because I haven't slept. It must have been the adrenaline. Also copious cups of coffee and what I call power naps. They're not really true power naps because I don't sleep. I close my eyes, I drift away for a while, but I'm always conscious of the noise around me, so I never sleep. But I will be home in around about 15 minutes, and then around about 16 minutes my head will be hitting a pillow. I am absolutely shattered. I had hoped to maybe nod off maybe on that flight from Dublin to Glasgow. Unfortunately, the flight was shared with about 50 Celtic fans. Celtic's playing Atletico Madrid tonight. What a racket! It was all good natured though. Anyway guys, thanks very much for coming along on this adventure. Like I said, they're not always this disorganized and chaotic, but I did pick a good one, didn't I? Anyway guys, thanks for coming with me. Over and out.